Abdul Rahman Dahlan, although I must thank him for finally resolving the question in my mind as to what are the job specifications of the BN Strategic Communications Director, which is clearly to create an amass of strategic lies about the opposition and to use them to attack the opposition in the BN UMNO owned or controlled mainstream mass media and the social media. This is the reason for the outpouring close to an avalanche of demonization of myself in the last 3 months in the UMNO Barisan Nasional owned or controlled mass media, that the New Straits Times, the Utusan Malaysia, the Berita Harian, Star or TV3. When for the past half a century of my political activities was blacked out in these mass media, and there was also a directive that my picture was not to be used. Now I appear almost daily, if not in the New Straits Times, then in the Utusan, Berita Harian, Star or TV3, but there were no news, facts or truths about downright lies, falsehoods and fake news. A recent egregious example of such lies, falsehoods and fake news is the allegation that Mahathir and I met on December the 3rd secretly and reached a secret deal that Mukhriz will be the Prime Minister, I will be the Deputy Prime Minister, when there was never such a meeting between Mahathir and myself on December the 3rd, and we had never discussed the subject of PM, DPM in our, when we met up to now. The latest example of such BN strategic lies is that I had masterminded electoral fraud in the DAP party elections in 2012, which is a new twist to a tissue of lies which have been concocted and disseminated in the BN UMNO misinformation campaign in the past few years. Abdul Rahman wants me to retire from politics for failing to topple Barisan Nasional in the previous general elections, and he has said that I should feel ashamed towards DAP party members and should make way for other capable leaders. It is Abdul Rahman who is a man of no shame, who does not realize that he is making a fool of himself trying to shed crocodile tears. If I'm such a political failure in DAP, then Abdul Rahman should be praying fervently that I will remain, instead of wanting me to see me retire because I will bring the DAP down. What hypocrisy, cant and utter bunkum coming from the BN Strategic Communications Director. This was the same mistake that Abdul Rahman Dahlan made when he suddenly championed the DAP cause and claimed that there are DAP grassroots members and leaders who want to change of DAP party leadership and that I should retire from politics. If Rahman's claim is true, why is he spoiling and sabotaging the plans of these DAP grassroots members and leaders by publicly championing their cause? These are indeed very strategic errors by the BN Strategic Communications Director, and I'm prepared to give the BN Strategic Communications Director a free tuition course on the meaning of what is strategic and what is not strategic. It should be strategic for Malaysia. For instance, we should not be regarded as a global kleptocracy to a stage where we are being mocked and ridiculed by the world, even by our neighbors like Riau in Indonesia. Surely, as BN Strategic Communications Director, Abdul Rahman should be aware of an article entitled "Graft Fighting Riau People Shocked at 1MDB Scandal," which appeared in the Singapore news publication The Independent 3 days ago on the 26th of March, which among other things reads, "There is no polling in Riau that will tell the extent of the sentiments expressed by the locals over the 1MDB scandal. But as soon as Prime Minister Najib Razak's image appears on local television stations, patrons in coffee shops and restaurants would mumble in silence, 2.6 billion ringgit, and he walks free, they would say. Though Indonesia is widely known for its corruption, which is at times embedded in the culture of the country's politics in particular, Riau has seen its fair share of a witch hunt. From members of parliament to assemblymen, police officers and governors of Riau the long arm of the law did not sit back to watch the criminals get away with corruption. And the locals in townships and villages are aghast at the fact that Najib has remained in power despite being hit by a massive scandal of international scale. Why the interest in Malaysia? The rest I won't read. I will only refer to the last portion of this report in the Independent Singapore. This is why Najib is and Malaysia is mocked and ridiculed even in real. Last few paragraphs, and when Najib is mentioned, scores of people would state their disbelief that a serving prime minister can just walk away with 2.6 billion ringgit in his private accounts, while an agency he headed is rigged with scandals and billions of dollars lost. Thus, they cannot comprehend. Even the Indonesians cannot comprehend, and I'm sure Malaysians cannot comprehend. I'm sure you cannot comprehend. Malaysia is close to their heart, so much so that in the early 2000s, a Bupati, a regent of Bengkalis, demonstrated in the streets carrying a Malaysian flag and calling for Riau to be annexed to Malaysia. His grievances against Jakarta was that the Javanese-led government did not care about its citizens in Riau, ploughing the oil reserves and giving the only pittance to the province. That was then, and it was at the end of Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad's era. Today, no Bupati would demonstrate or urge the people of Riau to even pray to join Malaysia in a federation, as the winds of change hit both territories. They are separated by the Malacca Straits. Does Abdul Rahman, a cabinet minister and BN Strategic Communications Director, feel any shame at reading such a report about what the people of Riau think of Malaysia and our Prime Minister? Previously, we were admired, respected. Today, we are mocked and ridiculed even by Indonesians. Let me tell Rahman Dahlan that he should prove that he is a patriot. Prove that he is a patriot by asking Najib to resign as Prime Minister. And if Najib is not prepared to clear Malaysia of the cursed infamy and ignominy of being ridiculed worldwide as a global kleptocracy because of one MDB money laundering scandal. So this is my reply to Rahman Dahlan. Any other questions? Any questions? If not, thank you.
Maybe about Tan Sri Musa's challenge.
Other matters, I'll deal with it tomorrow.
He said
They all have to wait. They all have to wait. Today is Rahman Dahlan's day. The rest tomorrow. Tomorrow I come and you can ask. All right. Thank you.
Tomorrow, thank you.